Why you remain average, the brutal truth, the 1% rule, the dark side of discipline, the unshakable discipline that separates legends from the rest. There is a lie that you have been told your entire life. It is a comfortable lie, a sweet lie. And that lie is that success is about passion. We are told that if we want it bad enough, if we visualize it, if we create a vision board, the dream will manifest. That is garbage. Passion burns out. Motivation is a feeling, and like all feelings, it is fickle. It leaves you when you are tired. It leaves you when you are broke. It leaves you when it's cold outside. The people you look up to, the legends, the icons, the masters, they aren't fueled by motivation. They are fueled by something much darker and much stronger. They possess unshakable discipline. Today, we are going to break down the psychological framework of the 1%. We are going to destroy the amateur mindset holding you back. And I'm going to show you how to build the kind of discipline that scares people. Let's start with the most dangerous moment of your day. It happens the second you open your eyes. It's the negotiation. You know this moment. The alarm goes off. Your brain, evolved to keep you safe and comfortable, immediately starts making a case. It's raining. I worked hard yesterday. 5 more minutes won't hurt. I'll do it tomorrow. Most people lose this negotiation within 3 seconds. They hit snooze. They choose comfort. And in that split second, they have defined the trajectory of their entire life. Legends do not negotiate with themselves. This is the first pillar of unshakable discipline. Immediate action sets the precedent. David Goggins calls it taking the soul. Jocko Willink calls it getting after it. But scientifically, it's about the basal ganglia versus the prefrontal cortex. When you argue with yourself, you are validating the voice of weakness. Legends treat that voice like a hostile intruder. They don't debate it, they silence it with movement. If you want to be legendary, you have to kill the negotiation. You don't decide to work out. You are already working out before your brain has time to complain. Social media has destroyed your perception of success. You see the knockout punch. You see the IPO. You see the Olympic gold. You see the event. But discipline isn't an event. It is a process. And here is the unsexy truth that no one puts on a motivational poster. Real discipline is incredibly boring. Kobe Bryant didn't just play harder than you. He did the basic drills you think you're too good for. He did them thousands of times a day. The amateur gets bored. The amateur craves novelty. They start a podcast, do 3 episodes, see no views, and quit. They start a diet, eat clean for 4 days, crave pizza, and quit. The legend falls in love with the boredom. They understand that greatness is just doing the same mundane thing over and over, long after the excitement has faded. If you can't handle the monotony, you don't deserve the glory. Ask yourself, can I do this task every single day for the next 10 years without applause? If the answer is no, you are still operating like an amateur. Let's talk about feelings. In the modern world, we are taught to honor our feelings. If you feel sad, take a break. If you feel anxious, step back. While mental health is vital, there is a difference between self-care and self-sabotage. Legends detach their performance from their emotional state. Mike Tyson was terrified before every fight. He was crying in the dressing room. But when the bell rang, the discipline took over. The discipline didn't care about the fear. You are waiting to feel like it. You are waiting for inspiration to strike like lightning. Newsflash: inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us just show up and get to work. Unshakable discipline requires you to look at your feelings as weather. It might be raining in your head, there might be a storm of anxiety or a drought of motivation, but the mission remains the mission. You put on your coat and you walk through the storm. You must reach a point where your output is completely independent of your mood. That is a superpower. How do you actually sustain this? Willpower runs out. You can't white-knuckle your way to greatness. You have to change who you think you are. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, talks about identity-based habits. The amateur says, "I am trying to quit smoking." The legend says, "I am not a smoker." Do you see the difference? The amateur says, "I'm trying to run every day." The legend says, "I am an athlete," and athletes don't miss training. When you shift your identity, discipline stops being a struggle and starts being a standard. You don't steal, not because you're forcing yourself not to, but because you are not a thief. You need to rewrite your code. You need to look in the mirror and decide that you are the type of person who does the hard things. Not for the reward, but because that is who you are. When discipline becomes your identity, you become unshakable. I want to leave you with a terrifying thought. There are two types of pain in this world. One is the pain of discipline. It burns. It's uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice. It weighs ounces. The other is the pain of regret. The regret of knowing you could have been more. The regret of looking back at a life wasted on comfort, on Netflix, on sleeping in, on playing it safe. That pain weighs tons. You are going to feel pain either way. You cannot escape it. But you get to choose which pain you carry. Do you want the pain of the gym or the pain of illness? Do you want the pain of the late nights building your business or the pain of being broke and dependent? Do you want the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment? Tomorrow morning, that alarm is going to go off. The negotiation will begin. The voice in your head will beg for comfort. What are you going to do? Are you going to stay in the warm embrace of mediocrity? Or are you going to step into the cold, harsh light of the legends? The choice is yours. But remember, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Be unshakable. Discipline is freedom. If this video woke something up in you, hit that like button and subscribe. We are building a community of the 1% here. Don't just watch this video. Do something about it. Get to work.